Hey, you guys. Wait, let me grab my phone. Hi. Let's see who's here. I want to see what it looks like. I think I should be in the corner of let me look. Corner here. Hi. Wait 1 second.
Hi.
Oh, yes, I am in the corner. Let me see how this changes. Does it get bigger? Let's see. All right, welcome in. Welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. I have myself in the corner here doing things a little differently um, because I want to introduce myself. Hi, Bernie, each time I get on so people understand what my channel's about and what I am showing here and why I'm showing it. Due to the news of the Diddy issue and people coming forward, hi, nothing but love, and people coming forward to discuss their situation, I feel as if my channel is going to be getting a bit more attention, which is amazing. For 2.5 years, I'm sorry, 3.5 years, hi, Colleen, we've been discussing Summer Moonwell's missing children. And the reason I chose to do this in my life is because it came to me unknowingly to me. And I can't stop my purpose from taking over what I do. So, Summer Moon Wells, if anyone listens to my 900 plus videos that explain how Summer Moon came into my life, why Summer Moon, we don't know why, when it explains there, and where we're going with this. Um, it wasn't by choice. For some reason, I see these scenes and I hear them. And when I listen to the channels now talking about these people's stories and what happened to them under the tunnels in in the grounds and at these parties, and it my mouth drops. I don't even have words for it because it's what we've been talking about here. And I've always said until someone comes forward and shows where these tunnels are and speaks their truth and brings us there, I'm just continuously telling you stories, allegedly. And when I hear someone say something like, animals, there's tons and tons of animals. I remember back to the day where Summer Moon Wells kept saying animals. Now, this was, you guys, right, June 16th, 2021. I knew nothing about this world, nothing. I woke up, I had an incredible, intense surgery, and someone brought to my attention that maybe I had a near-death experience for this to really explode for me because I've been psychic my whole entire life, right? Not knowing what it is and what I'm going to be doing with it. But after this particular surgery, I woke up and I made my husband bring me all these notebooks because I was writing stories that I didn't know where they were coming from until I came home from the hospital and turned my TV on, and there was Summer Moon Wells and her story. BC, welcome in. Maybe because you may have not gotten notified because I did it so quickly. Hi, Jean. So I started filling these notebooks and listening to myself and following what I have, what I was being shown, and just going on YouTube, winging it, like winging it, and having enough confidence in myself to just tell you what I saw. Many a times, and even today, it's hard for me to tell you exactly the horrible things because it's very, very uncomfortable. But now that I am listening to people speaking, you guys will remember 3 years ago, I would be like, fishies and animals and their feet smell and all of these horrific, horrible images. And what I've been trying to do here is I go to the channels that speak to me. Now, you may not see, and I say this all the time, what I see and what I say. That's okay. Everyone's reality and what they see in front of them is different. Even when I say something, you're going to each hear it differently. So I'm going to give you stories over these photos that are in front of me. And the stories come through my sixth sense. Um, Hi, Long Gone. I visually see the tunnels. I've explained the tunnels. And what you're seeing now in photos that come forward is what I have been seeing in my third eye. I have brought you photos as best to my ability. And I'm going to show you and continue showing you, but understand I'm going to be speaking over them to tell you what I see. I have asked this Allie Carter to get a hold of me, and I'm sure she's getting like bombarded, but I would like to bring her on and have her or someone that is a survivor speak over the photos that I have collected. Hundreds and thousands, probably. It would be very interesting to hear them speak over the photos of how they see it, because that will tell us if my readings have been dead on or not. That will tell us if what I've been talking about is what actually is being done. And I think that that would be extremely interesting, and it would give affirmation. I don't have the ability to just go get a hold of someone unless they, reach out to me after I've reached out to them. Hi, Elizabeth. What I'm showing you right here and what I'm going to go over today is a little bit more detail of the sacrifices and rituals that I've been talking about. And I hope and pray, I hope and pray that this makes a difference and it brings justice to the survivors and to those that have already crossed over. The ones that have crossed over in spirit are the ones that I get my information from. And then I try to bring you something like this. These photos that I grab are either from a Benny Keys channel gave me the picture to the right. I could be showing this stuff multiple times throughout the day, and nobody takes responsibility for these photos. Benny's never, whoever Benny is, Benny's 100 different people to me. But if if this photo has made it to the law enforcement, they will see that this isn't just Benny Keys in the photo. This is Benny Keys's hand with the child's hand. Since the beginning, I've always seen a red nail, and I've seen nails like this. And the hands are on top of hands. There's tons of hands together, and they make all these different like positionings of their fingers, right? I see it. I see it. Not only spiritually, but I see it in these videos. You could see that there is another. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Muffin Top, my amazing mod. Hi. You could see that there's a hand in here, right? Whatever you are looking at here is a vision, is an image that is being shown to me by third eye. How? I don't know, but it is, and it's being shown through those that have seen it within the deep, dark tunnel. The child to the left here, let me make my face smaller. The child to the left here is a typical child from a sacrifice, a typical child that is beneath the earth in which we stand. This information came from two separate videos. I'm doing an extra little explanation. And understand that the hands and the fingers are part of this sacrifice. They're doing something and using multiple people's hands, a multiple of people. This child has hands on his head, just like Benny is showing over here. These are up here on the child's head. Those fingers are not his fingers. Those are not his fingers. He's being sacrificed. He's being tortured. And this is what we're looking at. These are the same, thank you. These are the same kind of information that I'm receiving psychically. Now, did I already say it? Hi, long gone. Everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only. Yes, there are gloves. This is to teach and educate and entertain. I really hope that the people that come on into my channel lately and all my viewers and subscribers that I've had since the beginning look at this and learn how to see it, and learn that when you are watching channels that show little babies and show little embryos, observe it, because the channels that are showing it are all the same channels that work together on the same platform. I see two babies. I see the embryo. I see the child. I see this is what happens in these rooms that no one is talking about. This is what I see. And this is what I have seen. I have said, you guys, I have changed my story. For over 3 years, the story is the same. They're little ones. I see little ones. I see little ones, and I see little ones. This here is a little one and a little one. You understand that the words that come through, they're channeled through the children of how they see it. They don't know the word embryo. They know the word is little one. It's a little one. They're words that they use. Little one. Mama, mommy, that's a little one. Mommy. It's like that. And what you see in the upper left-hand corner tells me that a lot of these sacrifices go back into the wilderness. They go back into the leaves. They go back into nature. They go back. They go back for the resurrection. They go back there into that picture, like into that picture. When I say multiple hands, lots of hands and lots of different faces, I want you to notice and recognize that there are multiple faces in here that are not shown on the surface. I see the multiple faces. I see that this is a ritual. This is part of the ceremonies. There are more hands and fingers here than there are faces that are being shown on the surface. We have 4 faces on the surface. We have way more fingers and hands than we do faces. Because if you really hone in and you look, you're going to see faces in here. Lots of hands. This is very important because these children are being televised. They're being shown on these screens. And this is a child from these families that I show, from the Kent families, to the Beeston families, to the LeBron families, to Ballerina Farm. I'm very, very, very concerned about our food. I'm very, very concerned about the food that comes out of there. Literally, I am. Physically, I am. But how is it that if, in fact, I will get someone to come up here as one of my very first guests to say, yes, Lori, these kids' heads are absolutely on top of these. These kids' heads look like this. They're on platforms, head on a platter, head on a platter. I've shown this of Summer Moon. That's what Summer Moon shows. Head on a platter. That's all Summer shows is head on a platter. Do you know that Summer's posters are all heads on platters? That's what they are. Her poster has the same thing on her neck as this child. I've shown you back the videos that I have that I believe are Jeffrey Dahmer's or Epstein's or somebody's, that they're in the pool and their heads are on these things. I could show this all day long. Michael Vann, same thing. Here's his poster. Look at the top of his head. It's the same. They're on platters. You know that the day that Michael Vann went missing, this picture came up. I'm like, someone needs to look into this chick on her watch. Still bothers me. Sometimes across, as I'm on live and I have to show it because Summer Moon, Summer Moon is who has shown me and who has taught me the elements to look for and has shown me these underground tunnels. Now, Summer Moon is more than one child. When I say Summer Moon, there are so many different Summer Moon Wells children. There's not just one, there's dozens, dozens of Summer Moons. There isn't just one Summer Moon that the Wells even touched upon. There are dozens. And they go in the ground. They go in the ground and they make these other people dig and put them in the ground. In the leaves. I'm in the leaves. We hear that all the time. I'm in the leaves. We're in the water. These children travel, they travel. They're constantly moving. They're constantly moving in and out. They're just constantly moving. I see that movement, just constant movement. This way, that way, through the tunnel, up the tunnel, down, going this way, and then over. They don't stop moving. And I know I show this all the time. And I know that in the beginning, I even questioned myself, and then I had to stop questioning myself. Why am I seeing tunnelways in these fake cars? Shipping crates, yes. They get shipped. These fake cars are consistent. They're always, always, always showing me that they have an open way, like a doorway, and it shows it's not a coincidence that each and every one of these channels have the same doorway in their freaking cars. It's not a normal thing to see in these families that go from China. Oh, maybe. Why did I say China? Okay, so China has something to do with this, or else I wouldn't have said it. So China, Hawaii, yeah, China, yeah, it's like that's when it, there's a certain words that get like wrapped in in here, and then I spit it out. So China has something to do with it. And it goes all the way back to John Benet Ramsey. Do you understand that they do take these private helicopters? And I believe that John Benet Ramsey's trophies, parts, went or came, was already gone and then placed back. but this is John Benet Ramsey's helicopter. And on that helicopter is the F, and you have the dollar sign. Hi, Crystal. Remote viewer was trafficked and confirmed a lot you mentioned. I would get her book to learn more. I don't read the books. I'm not going to read a book, even though thank you very much for because I don't want anything to interfere with my visions. It's super important that I stay clear and to see these type of elements that come through and to understand that this to me is coming through stronger and stronger with each passing week, that what Benny Keys was showing in his hand is something extremely important to the higher up, that this is technical, that this is more on the technical side, and that this here is very important to recognize so I could teach you guys how to recognize these kind of elements. I know this is a crazy picture, but I know that Jody Sue Brown's videos and that Jody Sue Brown's area matches these stamps. These are stamps that I saw throughout Summer Moon Wells's case. So you may not have seen them throughout Summer Moon Wells's case. There's certain information that is thrown to me to allow me to say, what do I need to say? I need to say that it's all connected, that these pieces are all connected. And when I go like this, I'm feeling like um, the rivers, the rivers, north, south, east, west, the rivers are felt by these children. Like, so I'm happy that I'm going on the camera because you could see what I feel here. Um, Scared for who? Who came forward? Like I feel um, thickness. Um, so when I say river, the children, they touch the river, and Jody Sue Brown's river. There's a river on the other side of Jody Sue Brown's house. There's a river on the other side, not necessarily in between. There's another river on the opposite side. So it's not, you know, it's not only on the well side. So what I'm doing right now is this is called channeling. And what I see is a house. I see a river, a dam. I see a house, and I see a a tunnel that goes underneath and separates it from the east and west. So that's what I see within Jody Sue Brown's area, because this all comes from Jody Sue Brown. There's certain information that I see, and I know you guys don't see, but then there's information that is shown here that is being shown. I mean, like this. This is around the child's neck, and that is the piece of equipment that they call telephone, the telephones. And each child has one of these things, and they're like IDs for each victim. Whatever is in here and here. Each victim has this. Thank you, Muffin Top. And if I could just get one person up here that could look at this live with us, you know, because this is Kylie Rodney, and Kylie Rodney, keep moving my head. Kylie Rodney looks just like Summer Moon Wells. Kylie Rodney was a victim, and nobody is going to talk about it. But if we bring it up here and we discuss it and point it out, and we know that she was a victim, justice comes to these victims when we discuss them as victims. They get justice by telling their story, because their story was never told. This is Kylie Rodney. What about this is okay? They're teenagers that have been used since they were little. I believe Kylie Rodney and whoever the other Kylie Rodneys are have been in this for a very long time. I see the victims connected. We've seen this here multitudes of times. This is a victim. This was always on Adventures with Purpose boat. The victim is all the way to the left, attached. These are the Idaho 4. To me, what I saw here, all on Summer Moon Wells's poster, is the same thing that we're looking at here. Let me turn it. This is Summer's poster that her mother put out. We contrasted a little so you could see it. I see the victims here. Here, and this is Summer. This is the same thing as this. This is on Summer's poster. On the side of her poster is this. Seriously. And this was shown 3 years ago. This is Kylie Rodney. This is Summer Moon. The information, you guys, they're cookie cutters. They are always cookie cutters because they're called elements. And elements don't change. You see, they don't change. The elements stay the same. They don't change, never have, never will. Summer Moon Wells pictures set the stage, completely set the stage for all of the victims that we have covered here. All of them. It doesn't shift, it doesn't change. That's why she is the one that pulled me into this. Pulled me into this. They're the same. These are the same. Pay attention to the shoes that they show in these videos. They speak to me. The scene that went on over to the right is from the Wells property. And the two different shoes with the polka dotted pants tells me to dig under there, to dig under the pieces of wood, pull those up. Like if I was there, I would pull them up. To me, those shoes are new. They show that they're newer to the right. And then to the left, they're all worn out. And I see what's left of the victim. I see what is left of the victim. They use these things, they connect the head, they put them through different experiences. They are used for different situations, but they're all underground and they're seeing the same thing. They are witnessing the same information. This here came from Check It TV. Check It TV, for those who don't know, covered Kylie very in depth, and his information matched so well with Summer Moon's. I'm like, just keep showing it because it's the same. These are the hearts on these white things. So anyone that has come forward, I believe that Diddy's victims or whoever has seen information underground will have seen this. It's part of what the children look at. This is what is used for the resurrection. This is what's used aftermath. This is part of it. JLR's videos for Sebastian and another boy that he covered, Riley. I'm so surprised no one has talked about this. It is, you guys, so loud. So loud. And it's, for me, it's so obvious. So it's hard for me to like sit here, like I don't say anything because I'm saying, oh, everyone sees it. Like you have to see what's going on here. You have to see that this is the same situation that JLR shows all the time, and Dolly Vision shows all the time, and Ryan Finding Truth shows all the time, and Benny showed all the time, and Bullhorn Betty And Molly Golightly showed all the time. These are the boxes. This is information. This is information that Summer Moon Wells showed us the very first video. The red thing might as well represent the same thing to me as the red barrel. This is a box. These boxes, you guys, travel. You guys, these boxes travel. They get pulled and they travel. There's a video that Dolly Vision did. I'm like, I was watching it, and it's sometimes these videos speak so loudly to me that I look around. I'm like, does anyone else like fucking hear this shit? Like, like these things travel. These boxes travel. This is how they travel, and they show this in all the families that I follow. These videos. This starts that this is shown in um Adventures with Purpose. This is shown in the fisherman's boat with all the fish. And this is shown on the families that I follow, as well as the Idaho 4 videos, Summer Moon Wells' videos. These boxes travel just like this. Just like this. Now hold on to that thought, because I am going to go down to page 22 and skip these pages here because they're out of order. Those boxes with the white things, whatever they are, they travel. So when I'm showing you this in the fisherman's boat, and I just showed you this information, to me, these are the same things. These are trophies, man, and they're going to the fish. They're going to the fish, and they're traveling like that. Just like that. This is what's in the fisherman's boat, and this is what is in okay, so example, when Dolly Vision or Ryan Finding Truth, cracking cases for sure, went anywhere by the water, this is what I saw. I saw this. I'm like, okay, that's the box. That's the box. That is the box. So anytime they went to the water, even if you saw nothing, my eye would see these. So what that tells me is they travel, you guys, from sea to the air, from the tunnels, and they're moving. But you cannot track it. Because anytime there's movement, anytime these things decide to change location, they start and they do it from under the bridges, from under the tunnels. They're they're very systematical about how they're moving these things. And they all look like this. From the Beeson Bunch, from the Kent family. This is underground. It's all underground. It's all under the deep fake. Hi, Nikki. It's all under the hi, Crystal, if I didn't say hi. It's all under the deep fake, meaning it's all under the first layer of information. But to me, these are the tunnels. This is this is the elite information. Oh, I have seen this as real for a very long time. You know, I saw this as a total fake cover up over the truth. They definitely use these children in situations that we can't even believe are their reality. And I do see that there is a tunnel by Beach Creek, in Beach Creek, Ben Hill Road. And if you really look here at these pictures, and if I let it sit here for a moment in time, I see the children being taken underground into the tunnels from a location like this. I see it. So the best that I could show you would be what I see in the corner and what these look like. They look like sleds. I've said that before. And like cages. So if you go all the way to the right, this is going to blow your mind. And this is what's in the corner. So I see that child up on top as the victim. This comes from this corner. I get my information from the corners. So the child that is being victimized would be that child that is being placed. So what I'm telling you is there's a position on these rides that will bring a child down into the tunnel and they're gone. They're just gone. Children don't just disappear. They don't just disappear, you guys. They don't. They're going somewhere. They it's not like a fucking hocus pocus thing. They're going somewhere. They're going into a ritual and they're being taken by a group that's about to place them in a fucking horrible situation. But they're not just gone. This here is from Mind Finding Truth. I look all the way in the corner and I say, there goes the child. I turn this thing right side up and it confirms it for me. The children are being taken from rides like this and they go under the ride. This is under the ride. That is under the ride, but it goes into one of those boxes that get pulled. And then the child gets taken. And that's the child under the ride. Now, you may not see shit. I see the whole thing. I see I see the lion head. I see the ride. And as we talk over this, for me, it gets brighter and brighter. And the reason it gets brighter and brighter is because it's trying to show us the most important piece of the puzzle in this storyboard. It's the lion. It's the fucking lion. It's this. Thank you for those ones. And the children are gone. I see a connection that the FBI must follow through on. Understand that this picture, they just blew up. Let's put this over here. This picture comes from this picture. Now, if the FBI wants to do something different and follow a psychic, oh no, they can. And I think that they would be very impressed with the information that they will receive if they just did a few things. The most important information that lies in a picture that I choose to show you is usually in the corners. So this one is huge. And then there's one all the way to the left. This one. With that person in front of the stroller. Locations that might give the authorities enough information to move on something. So what I see, I shouldn't have put that out too quickly, is that I never know, when information is used or not used. But what I can tell you is that this corner here is just as important as the other corner. So if I would tell the authorities to look for these very long looking buggies and watch the people and look for those that you're following. And if you're following somebody and they have out a stroller like that, I'd follow it. And this is critical. This is from Ryan Finding Truth. And the person in the middle, the picture right here to the left is from Amber Hagerman. Amber Alert's named after her. She was one of the first ones that went missing, and they obviously named Amber Alert after her. But the person that I see in Ryan, and I'm repeating this again, in Ryan Finding Truth's video, is who I saw in between these two people. And those two people are the ones that I saw here, this guy, same guy, in Grandis's family reunions. Grandis's family reunions, this guy showed up. He was there. Okay? So the guy at the carnival is also here with the guy from Grandis's family reunion. I see these two guys as the same men. And I believe this to be a connection. And the picture to the left is at the Appalachian Fairground. See, this picture to the left is from the Appalachian Fairground. The one to the right is a carnival, which, for all we know, is at the Appalachian Fairground. This is the other connection, that this girl was at. If they're the same person, then that's another connection. That this girl is Candace Wells' good friend who shows up at all the fairs that she does. And she was also in Riley Strain's hometown information, as well as an interview at Sebastian's for JLR. Now, when I looked at this just now, my whole body got warm and hot, and I get it like right in my stomach area, like right by my heart. And if you look to see what she has in her hand, she's holding a very, very significant piece of trophy. I have been following this trophy since Summer Moon Wells. Now, this here is Sebastian's video. Sebastian's video. And this is, I'm sorry, Riley Strain's video. That's why I was like, looked up. Riley Strain's video. She is holding the same element that is in Riley Strain's leg. It's like a stick. This same thing, you guys, that girl from Idaho 4 had in her hand. She had this in her hand. Let me see if I could get it on my phone. She had this same thing in her hand. We go to history. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see. Okay. Dylan. Dylan had this same kind of a thing in her hand, and so did Sebastian's mother throughout one of the videos that I taped. I'm going to show you the picture. It's like, let me send this snapshot to my phone. Select. Okay. Um, okay. Move this over. Okay. There we go. So watch this. That's a stick I've been showing, right? Sebastian's mom held this, and I show this to you guys, in her hand throughout the interview. It shows up. We've been following, think about it. We've been following this kind of a stick. They're sticks. And this is Truth is in the Something. Give credit to him. But this is Dylan from the Idaho 4. Wait. Here, it comes from this guy's video, 3 days. Whoops. She has a stick in her hand. If you look at the whole video, you could go to his channel, and it's a stick, and it's stuck up her arm. It's the same thing I'm showing you here. Throughout Sebastian's mom's interview, this changes and it looks like there's a finger in her hand, like it's a finger that throughout the video it moves. That's not her finger, it's like a piece of a finger. It's like she's holding, let me move this. It's like she's holding a finger. And throughout the video, you could tell that it moves. It doesn't, watch. Watch this. See, look at it closely. She has that thing in her hand, and you could see how the fingers move. It's like a little Paw Patrol. It's like a little Paw Patrol, these little things. But it's as if she has somebody else's finger and hands in her hand. I'm serious. I'm going to make this bigger. But it's the same thing as we're seeing in Riley strains, and as I have seen in all of the cases that I follow here. So I'm going to compare, I'm going to bring up two of them. Show you the slight little difference. This, they're moving. It's like a little something in their hands. And I call those trophies. Right. Would they be trophies? Yes, they are trophies. Yes, they are trophies. These little things and these pictures and the symbols and the stamping of information is very important to recognize because this is telling a story. It's telling a story, you guys. The children know of this. So if we talk to a survivor, this kind of information is critical. This is part of this thick ass shit that's going on. It's coded. Pay attention to codes. And to Candace, I've freaking had it. This was from a live just a couple days ago. I see the exact same story that was told in the church when they were talking about summer moon wells. You show this information as if so nonchalantly, The first thing I'm going to tell you guys is there's something that is shifting and changing, and they're trying to tell a story under the deep fake. For starters, the boxes. See the door? It's the same door. This changes from that. This room becomes this room. It's like you have to go back to kindergarten to recognize what doesn't belong here and what's shifting. This is how the door looked before. No white. And now look what it looks like. Her video is showing information like this. It is showing the same boxes that I just showed you in Sebastian's video attached to the tree. These are the boxes that I've been following. So that red little thing is the same quote unquote barrel that we've been following as we have here for Sebastian. And the maroon box is the same maroon box as I just showed you in Sebastian's. So these are elements to pay attention to, and these are elements. Hi, I got change. These are elements that the children know about. The spirit world knows these things. And Candace is showing it for some odd reason in her video that she just showed a few days ago. Just like that. Telling a story beneath the deep fake. Telling the story just like you did for your child. Telling the story the day that I watched Summer Moon Wells and I said, look under there, you guys, there's the box there, right there. Those are Summer Moon Wells's boxes. There is a tunnel under there. I said it before. There's a tunnel under there. Right here. So even if this is deep faked and it's not, this isn't the church. This here is the same story as Summer. It's the maroon boxes with those white things sticking out. Candace is just telling the same story over and over and over. Like, this is what the church turns into. The church is the deep fake, Candace. This is your story. This is your story. And you know something. You know the truth. Oh, I'm just gonna talk like this and act stupid. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna get out of my car over here and wow, look at these people resting underneath the bridge. They're just resting under the bridge and oh wow, look at them resting under the bridge. Like, there are people like me that know what you're saying. I hear right through your words. I hear right through them. I see this, I'm going to show it. I hear right through your words. Right through them. This shit is important. This information that is being shown is important. This is important. I'm showing this for the authorities. I'm telling you to look at things differently, to listen and watch differently. Candace, when you go live and you show your videos, what I hear is summer moon's voices. There's many different summer moons because you had other children. Not, I wouldn't even say children. You birthed other things. Yes. Hi, Fozzie. Yes, they're under the bridge waiting. So see, you've been here a while and you just picked it up like that. That's following your intuition. They're just resting under the bridge. No, they're not. They're waiting to be fucking picked up. And these codes, I see the codes because I've been looking at them for 3.5 years. I see the codes. And it's funny, they think they're hiding the codes. There's nothing hiding anymore. Because the more I show it, the more people are going to see it. Period. Your codes are fucking ridiculous. Oh, here we are. We're going to rest under the bridge. Really? It's not what I say. That's not what I see. Here under the bridge are the boxes. Those boxes are no different than what's in Sebastian's videos. Those boxes are no different than these boxes that are no different from the box I just showed you. Wait, at the tree. Where's his? Oh, that's already 21. Oh, God, I have to go back to those pages. It's no different than, where is it? Oh, I must have blown a photo up. Here. It's no different than this. What you're showing here under the bridge is the same thing as this, next to the tree. There is no difference, Candace. You keep showing the same damn thing. Why? Because they're elements and they're the same. Yes, take a moment to put your thumbs up, you guys, and subscribe. That would be amazing. Thank you for asking, BC. Thank you. So, this is important information to recognize, you know, just like this. And then they go like that on a boat. These are boxes. These are boxes that travel. These are children that travel. They use the waterways, they use the airways, and they use the underground tunnels. This is what they use. The water. These children go missing. You don't see them leaving. You don't see them coming. They are just gone. When I tell you that they are just gone, that's what they are. They are like on a swing like this, being completely used and abused, and but they're gone. They're gone. They are not talked about. The people that are looking for them know they're not going to be found. They know they're not going to be found, you guys. A child like this, that looks like this, isn't going to be found. What you see under his torso is what I showed you underneath Summer Moon Wells's neck. It's the same thing, you guys. It doesn't change. It just doesn't. But what you see here on this child that is under the neck, here, is what you see here. I'm going back to, wait, let me show you something. These things, pay attention. This guy, this video was very interesting. This is forgot his channel, but it's a channel that I've been following. And when you see this stuff in the eyes, this is part of the sacrifice. This is part of what I told you somehow has to do with the eyes, and this is more on the, like it's on a different level. Here, I just lighten this up. I see these things, whatever's going on here, same thing as these little things in the eye. And I believe that this is one of the most important parts of the puzzle, because in Kylie Rodney's videos, this was supposed to be Sammy. But Sammy, in a couple videos, her eyeball was doing this. And for those who have been watching me, they know the eyeball has been a massive part of my presentations. This is the family that goes fishing. Whatever's happening to Sammy's eye is what happens to everyone's eye. And these are pieces of the pie that I would love to bring on a speaker that would speak over this for us, because that would be absolute mind-blowing for someone to be able to tell me about this that has seen it. So everything we do here is allegedly, because I haven't seen it firsthand. I've never seen this firsthand. It's allegedly. But there are people that are coming forward that are speaking about this. No one really knows my channel. They don't know my channel. If they find my channel, I would like for them to email me and tell me about this. You know, here's because I say that this is the truth. There's, a group like this, like this exhibition group, not to say it's them, but they're the ones that I followed through Summer Moon Wells's case, because they're the ones who work out of Kingsport, Tennessee, and they're the ones who move all of this equipment. They move the rides, and I only follow a few rides. There are only a few rides that I get drawn to because it gives me information about what's underneath the tunnel, in the tunnel. So a ride like this, I follow. It gives me information. So if I ever went to a carnival and I saw this ride, I'd be like, um, let me just take a second look at this ride. This is the Appalachian Fairground in one picture, and the other one is from a different fairground. I see them, I see something happening. I don't know what it is, but again, it goes back to the Appalachian Fairground here for me. And it goes back to this kind of a ride. It triggers me, and I'm not comfortable looking at it. I'm very, I'm very uncomfortable. Like, there's certain things I do when it tries to speak to me. I like almost hold my breath, and I do that with this kind of information that is shown to me through these families that I follow. And and it's not about the family, but I wish I could follow this stuff firsthand so I could watch it with my own eyes. I see something that has to do with the rides and this carousel thing. If I had the authority, I would turn one upside down and see what's going on. Like this here is on the Wells property. And I said this before that their cars cover some sort of a tunnel and it's under the car, like the car is under the tunnel, like the car goes into the ground, like it's under the ground and then there's a car on top of it. You see how here in the Wells video, this here is a yellow car. Now this is from the Wells videos. Right here. This here is showing me, and I showed this before, but sometimes things just get stronger and stronger, that this car, this is in the wheel, the doorway. That's what I see. And I see these cars as they're underground. They're underground. And the way that these trucks are moving on the Wells property is something that should be dug up. See, this is what is under the ground. Situations like this. And what they're looking at are bars. That this is absolutely a vision. This is being taken, think about it, in front of these children. So to get this picture, you're at a certain angle. These are taken from Don's video of the carnival that they went to. I'm showing this tattoo specifically because if anyone recognizes this tattoo that's coming out to speak up. This is a tattoo on a thigh. That is a tattoo, and that is the bottom of someone's cut up hand or foot. But again, these might be important. Here's another tattoo. So, if in fact there are people that are coming forward, there are certain letters that might be important to show. There's certain elements, there's certain symbols that might be more important now than they were ever before. There's letters here above these people that look to me as if they're connected. This here's from William's um, case in Europe, and I see letters here. They were placed in here, and somebody to me does it. I see the boxes behind the families that I follow. I don't see a car. I see the victims. I see the boxes being traveled back and forth. Here's more tattoos of the guy that I follow on a specific channel. And these are symbols or tattoos on his back. And the story that I get from this is these children, they get buried underneath the ground, right? And they are way below the main surface. And the new construction and the new wood construction is used as a deep fake. But this to me is a sliver of truth. And these are what victims look like in the hands of the perpetrator. Women and children are absolutely sacrificed by rituals. And I use this to show you guys a layer of they put some of these victims through such torture while they are completely aware of it. They're awake and aware of their torture. And nobody could come to their rescue. Nobody. They're in a situation where you cannot come to their rescue. I want you to look at what's on his face. These are elements that speak the truth. See? Elements. Wait, wait. Shh. Can't get the dog in. It's hilarious. These are elements that you see in his face. And this here, you guys, to me, is a ritual. This is a ritual. And this, let me pull it up a little bit more. It's a ritual. It's very horrific. It's very horrific. And whatever they're scientifically or ritually doing, it's going to come out of someone's mouth. And what I am looking for is for somebody to come here that has been there to speak over these babies and tell the truth. That picture, which picture? What's that picture? Which is that picture? You have to tell me which one. Yeah. Hi. Is it this one? This one? I think I zoomed in. Michael Vaughn. Do you understand that Michael Vaughn, you know what? The one before this with the guy and girl. Oh, the one I zoomed into. Oh, this one. Here's the other one. You could see that she's got something under her head. You know, it's crazy. Like, I could show these pictures and people think that they're fake. Just like people could tell the story and they're not going to believe them because they're just not going to believe them. See that thing under her head? And her arm? He's doing something to her. But this is Michael Vaughn. And like, if no one's going to want to look at Michael Vaughn and accept what's going on with Michael Vaughn, why would they listen to someone who actually was there? How frustrating. I mean, if I'm frustrated, could you imagine how frustrated the people are that they're saying we saw it with our own eyes and everyone's like, ooh, like you darken this and this is another child in here. Or is this Michael Vaughn? But look at the situation. He's in there against the tree. That's what I see, as well as the child to the right. His head is on a platter. Let me brighten it up. See if I get rid of saturation. Here, this will help. Look at that. This is real. So I can't imagine how it would be to someone putting pictures up here. You know, Michael Vaughn matches Summer Moon Wells's photo. This is not a coincidence that these children have the same looking photos. Benny Keys has been showing this uh, since the day we all turned him on YouTube. I show this. They wind up in the leaves. They wind up in the leaves. Ethan from the Idaho 4 in the water, in the water, in the water. Ethan from Idaho 4, why is it that I have a photo like this of him? I didn't make that up. I didn't make that photo. That photo is beneath the deep fake. That's a photo that's beneath the deep fake. Why? Because it's telling the truth. And that's a child from this person's channel that looks the same way. These are the sticks that I call trophies. These are victims. And this is what the victims look like, you guys. This. Let me take away the brightness here. Oh, here we could see the child better. Here, the child is in the smaller, this child is in the smaller box. Look at the child's foot. And they have a thing over their face, you see. It's got to be extremely frustrating to the survivors. It just has to be extremely frustrating to be able to look at this and they even know that all of this is the same. You're looking at the stick that I showed you in the beginning. You're looking at the stick that I just showed you Dylan was holding. This is the stick I'm talking about. This is the stick that Sebastian Rogers' mother is holding here. Here's Riley Strain. This is his stick. You see? This is his stick. This is the matching stick right here. And she here is holding the same thing. Whatever is in her hand. This is the same thing. These are little tropes that need attention. And that's what Summer Moon Wells has right here. And that was in Candace's videos. These are the sticks. And this is what they look like. Summer Moon Wells' video and her journey was really, really documented. It was documented with Michael Vaughn. And they went into a tunnel like this. They went into this tunnel. This is what they show as far as what's his face's tunnel, Diddy's. But I could already see that this was messed with and played with. You know, like it's played with. But this is familiar to me. This to me looks like the Idaho 4. This to me looks like Kylie Rodney's, Sebastian's, Simon's. That's Kylie. These are cages that are brought and moved, and they touch tunnels, they touch the waterways, they touch tunnels. It just keeps coming through waterways, boats, jets, and they move them. They move them just like this, just like it's shown in John Wayne Gacy's to the left, in these people's maps and graphs, and to the right is from the fishermen. It shows they're placed logically in areas underground. This is Diddy's to the right. That to me brings me right to Summer Moon Wells to the left. What you see to the right is supposed to be Bieber, Justin Bieber, with him for 48 hours. That is a very sick video, just FYI. It's sick, meaning not sick like how the kids say sick. It's horrific. It's disgusting. It's terrible. So when I take away the brightness, you take away the brightness, this is his underground tunnel. I'm going to try to do this so you could see something without ruining it. Here. What's happening here to me is what's going on with Summer Moon. Whoever Summer Moon is, and the different summer moons that there are within this continent, it's in this world, have gone through this. They've witnessed this. This. This is Summer Moon's story. Obviously everything is allegedly, because I'm not there. I'm not walking through this. I'm not there to see these boxes. These are all the same boxes that are in Summer Moon Wells' case. These are the boxes that move. They move. They keep going. And they all match. And you know what, you guys? They show them. It's not like they're not showing it. You know, these boxes here, the boxes that I'm showing you here, just so you understand, here are from Diddy. This is Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy. This might as well be Kylie Rodney's video. This is 48 Hours with Diddy. These are the same boxes that move in Diddy's video. What's moving from Diddy's video is the red one. So the same situation that Diddy is showing in Justin Bieber's video is the same story over and over and over again. It's like a kindergarten puzzle. So, guys, which one disappeared? It's always the red one. It's always the red one that they keep consistently showing over and over and over. It's the red one that is shown that I just showed you in Sebastian's video. It's the red one that it's against the tree that disappears. This one. But it's all the same boxes. And then it disappears. So understand, this is showing you. This is from his videos that look like this. There's the blue box. There's the blue box. It's the same, you guys. There's Diddy's to the right, and that's Kylie Rodney's to the left. And what you see here is what I showed you. So they're called deep fakes, right? They're called deep fakes for a reason. When I showed you what Candace just showed just a few days ago, this is the same thing that she showed in her church. It's all about the moving boxes. It's all about the boxes. Here's her church, allegedly. There are boxes that move in here. It's all Summer Moon Wells to the left. Kylie Rodney to the right. You guys, I am going to keep saying this until somebody comes forward. You see this information? Do you see the victims being victimized? This person is stuck on the same pole as the other victims that I showed. This here is no different than, let me grab it, than Summer Moon Wells. Watch. This here's Summer Moon's. Wait. I'm grabbing it. There's so much. Here it is. That here, okay, so here, this is this. It's just how I see it, you guys. That is this, as well as this. It's in their mouth. You see? If you go back to the Chronicles of Olivia, when the Chronicles of Olivia covered the Summer Moon Wells case and had JLR, Bullhorn Betty, and Molly Golightly and Justin for All together, always showed me the moving vehicles of elements that were, to me, critical. They were the critical items that were elements that consistently showed in whatever video I was looking at. Now, let me zoom in so I could show you. There are these pieces, and you're going to recognize them. And they showed them in Molly Golightly's phone. In the videos, in these videos, ever so slightly, they change. And when they change shape, they're matching the elements that I have shown for 3.5 years. They match the machinery perfectly. They have everything on there that I have been showing. All you need to do is open it up. This. Four, 2, 3, 0, 2. There's lots of numbers on the bottom there. See this? Let's see if I could change the coloring. Let's see. Brightness. No, it's funny when when I go change the coloring, it blows up. So, see, it like does something weird. So these are elements, the most important elements that I have. So that says 423 923 0134. See that phone number in there? Let's see. Copy. So, yeah, there's a phone number in there. Let me see if I could turn this. I'm seeing if I could. Let me see something. Let me see if I could. If you change the color, here, color. Here, maybe you guys can make this out. 423 9210134. right? Back to my concentration. This here are elements, and throughout this particular video, they're showing me literally, I see the um, movement of what's happening here, that they're showing a story in their video. In this particular video, they're showing a story. This particular video. And to me, it has really the most important players that I've been watching. And if you look at what's really in Molly's hand, is what's up on the left-hand corner up top, is the equipment. It's what I've been showing in the other videos. It's this. That's what's in her hand. And the Molly Lightly and who I see here isn't the one that I normally see. I get different feelings towards different Molly Golightly's. And yeah, here you have to look at those numbers and recognize numbers and codes. They're in these videos. This is from Tim Mullen, and I seriously don't understand how this also isn't talked about, because Tim Mullen's videos don't stay consistent. This is the same video, this picture and this picture. Like, in this picture and this picture. Like, how is it that this is the same video and this photo here cannot be the same as this? Because it doesn't, unless they went in and removed the house in between. But look, you see those stamps, the heart and the information on here? That spells out something. It spells something. And then it turns to this with the big green dumpster. Again, with the boxes. Again, with the dumpsters. And then it's set over here to be disposed of. To be disposed of. Someone took out the garbage. They took out the garbage, and that's it. These are tunnels. That is someone in the tunnel. These are tunnels, and this is what they look like. This is what these tunnels look like. I've shown them. The one to the left is from Ryan Finding Truth. These tunnels don't change. This is the tunnel from Arden Pepion. This goes down under. They showed it. And I believe that to be her stick. I want to know how you could show video like this of the Don Wells's property that has doorways where they're supposed to be go down to the street. This is the same. This is from Cracking Cases. This is the same location as we have showing down to the street. He's showing us doorways. How is that possible? These are doorways that Cracking Cases is showing us in his video. I don't know how that's possible. This doesn't look like it's a deep fake. Here, I'm going to darken it for you. Here's the doorway. This is supposed to be Don Wells's property. How is this not looked into? How is it that this is ignored? How? How's this being ignored? What do you think Kylie Rodney's stepping into? She's stepping into a doorway. Into the leaves, into the doorway, the same doorway and boxes that everyone goes in. There's nothing different. Nothing. Nothing has changed, you guys. Nothing. These are victims that are placed beneath the ground. Beneath the ground. In the holes. In the doors. In the doors. These are the little houses, the little homes. And they were introduced from day number 1, and Robert Vaughn has the blueprints. He has the blueprints that lay to the left. The blueprints on the left come from Robert Vaughn. That is where the story has been sealed. This comes from Robert Vaughn's video. Let me turn my light on. This does. This is a man laying on equipment that every piece of this equipment are called elements. Elements. That is the little house of importance. I believe for some reason each victim has one of these little things. And this is what's placed in the earth for the resurrection. This. They're little pieces. Little pieces. Little pieces that are placed in the ground for the resurrection. Just like that. And if it's not being busted open, it's not yet, and people are still ignoring the ones coming forward, there's like not much they're doing with it, you guys. I don't get it. I don't. So all I could keep doing is showing it over and over and over. Summer Moonwells really, really laid it out for me. And it keeps being laid out, you guys, louder and louder and louder for me. I'm going to keep showing it this way. And I truly, truly hope and pray that this becomes something that is understood you know, not just talked about, like understood and busted open. I think what I should do, if you, what do you guys think I should revisit Robert Vaughn and show these pieces for those that don't know? Because this Robert Vaughn has all of these elements. Put a number one if you think that this is something that I should re-show. Like, do as the next video. Because each and every piece of this puzzle I see in his drawings. You know, I see them here. I see the people. I don't know why I do, but I do. I don't know why I do what I do, but I do it. See, like his thumb is gone, the finger's gone, the finger gets cut. It's this is the blueprint. I think this is the blueprint, allegedly. Allegedly. So I think I'm gonna do a story, like pull together a story. Because if you really look at this, you could see this is everything I talk about. See, his fingers are gone. They're gone. They're cut off. The video and the information stems from this. Stems from this. So I think maybe that's what I'll do next time. Um, thank you. Thank you guys for all these kind words. Um, I hope it's making a difference. I really hope that somebody in the world of being the victim and surviving and is speaking up finds my channel and decides to come forth and speak with me here. Thank you, Muffin Top. Thank you all for being here. God bless you all. May justice come to these children soon. May justice come to these children soon. Bless you all. Thank you all. And we'll speak to you soon. Good night, guys.